Yes, welcome to my high-end and frequency business podcast. My name is Lisette Lucas from the Netherlands, and I'm an international trained high-end success medium and a high-end and frequency business coach. Throughout my podcast series, I help ambitious, empathetic coaches who aim for high-end success, fulfillment, and ultimate life and business mastery, absolutely living and thriving from their stardust potential. I'll give you the tips, the tools, and energy shifts you need to shift to the next level of impact, abundance, freedom, and absolute energy joy. So I hope you're ready to shift with me. Let's go. Podcast 78, Quantum Intuition, Masterful Entrepreneurship, and 2 top tracks in 4 years of podcasts. Question for you. Have you ever felt that there's more inside you than you're currently showing? Well, good news, because today I reveal how a quantum leap in intuition can transform your business and life. Yes, a very warm welcome to the High End and Frequency Business Mastery Podcast number 78. The show notes you can find at lisettelucas.com/B78. Yes, awesome you're here. I'm starting a new podcast year. It's exactly 4 years ago this month, January 2020 to be exact, that I made my very first Dutch Shift to Energy Joy and Beyond podcast. And I started this English podcast, the High End Frequency Business Mastery podcast, on January 1st, 2023. So officially, I'm beginning my 5th year as a podcast creator. And I want to take you back to that first Energy Joy podcast. Podcast number 1 was titled Intuition. And over the years, there has been a lot of change in my personal development as a medium, as a therapist, and as a high frequency business coach and mentor, but also in the way that I create my podcasts. And looking back now, I've literally made a quantum jump by simply applying my own energetic expertise. And the biggest difference in a technical way is that I now almost always record the podcast on video as well. So in addition to the audio podcast, besides the script that I have as well available for you, you can always watch the video recording of the podcast. After all, we have to be honest, everybody has a preference for absorbing information. So in this way, I offer you plenty of choice. So I personally often combine absorbing information, and sometimes I just love to watch a video and then in a different screen, I make notes. I take notes at the same time, but I also really enjoy listening while reading the script, for example. That's also a great way because then I can put highlights in the script. I absolutely love that as well. Or another way is when I really want my hands free. And Tony Robbins calls this net time. And what is net time? That is no extra time. So for instance, while driving a car or while multitasking in the kitchen, when I'm cooking, I'm always listening to something. And then, of course, I need my hands. So, yeah, the podcast audio version is then the most ideal one. And I want to ask you something because I would love it if you respond to this podcast via email or DM to let me know what your favorite way is of absorbing information so that I can take that into account even better in the future. And when I take you back to the beginning of podcast creation, I really started my podcast series as a medium. And over the years, while creating podcasts and while working with students and clients, it has evolved into exclusive success mediumship. In fact, I am now the only high-end success medium in the world. And yeah, I can say I'm quite proud of that. And what does that exactly mean? Well, my expertise is to bring out the best in you with the help of my success mediumship skills. And I discovered that I find this to be the most beautiful and fulfilling thing there is because I know everyone has infinite stardust potential. In other words, everyone can bring out the best that's inside, that's already there. But also, yes, the other side, everyone has loads of limiting beliefs, everyone has old patterns, and yes, everybody has blockages. And I had these too, of course, and I still do. I come across new layers in myself as I develop more and more. Every time when I reach a certain ceiling, yeah, every time as my business takes on even grander and grander form. So, yes, I need to do the work, and I do the work daily. I do the work at the highest possible level in the world because I've simply learned it from the best in the world. And in that way, I can help you do that too. In that way, I can help you as well. So the advantage for you, what is that? Well, you don't have to make all the mistakes that I made over the past 30 years as an entrepreneur. So you can see it as I offer you the fast lane. I give you a blueprint for success by breaking through blockages at an energetic and subconscious level. And over the years, I've focused on two specific tracks. And I call those tracks my two signature tracks. And these two have become my energy joy showpieces through quantum intuition and shift. And my first signature program, that's my Master Your Inner Medium Academy, where I reactivate your inner medium at a high-end level so that you can ultimately carry it out professionally or apply it in your own business as well. And to take it one step further, you can even become a recognized energy joy practitioner, provided, of course, that you meet the qualifications. And then my second signature program, that is the Elite Shift Mastermind. And this is especially for the empathetic, service-based entrepreneur and entrepreneur to be who wants to make a difference in the world, who feels that inner deep call, that soul pull, that's how I call it, and knows that they're here to set up something big. Well, the Elite Shift Mastermind helps you to break through blockages that keep you small and seemingly safe. And then after breaking through those blockages and old patterns and everything that's keeping you small, after that, then I help you to strengthen and bring out your own voice and message. And when you look at those two programs, those two signature programs, they have both in common one thing. And what is that? That's the inner work. Because to be successful, that's the most important 80% of the work. Yeah. The inner work is 80% of the work. And the rest is the 20%, which comes down to strategy and systems. But I help you with my proven methods in the most important 80%. And that plays out at an energetic and subconscious level. And that's a hugely fascinating world with unprecedented possibilities. And I can tell you, reactivating this is the most beautiful and gratifying thing there is. And besides, with this, I also help the world because bringing forward your natural high-level leadership is absolutely the greatest gift we can give to the world together, because that's how it works. We do that together. And even more important, it's not only this world, it's the world beyond this world. Because when you combine success mediumship and high frequency business mastery, well, when you combine that, what happens? You become absolutely a force of nature. And then you can start making the difference in your own unique soul aligned way. And that's absolutely the most powerful thing there is. So this is in a nutshell what I do. And now, what happens now? Well, now it's up to you. Do you feel, do you feel called to take powerful action? My mentor, Mavis Patilla, world-renowned medium, she said in her last New Year address in January 2022, the year that she also returned to the spiritual world, she said, pause to reflect on the time gone by and prepare ourselves for the time to come. Time and the year are man-made. In the natural law of things, the moving forward of essence of time and timelessness. So remember, and that's why I wanted to share this, because there's a kind of duality in here. So even while our essence moves through timelessness, the other part is we only have limited time in this incarnation. So do you feel while listening to this, my time is now. I've already wasted so much time. I've wasted enough time. I've wasted enough time by playing small and playing it seemingly safe. My time is now, and I must rise, and I must do what I'm predestined to do. Do you feel that resonating within you? Well, then this is for you. Then you are the person, you are the one that I'm looking for. If this message can only touch one person, then it's all worth it. Because it's in the numbers. When you step into your greatness, everything will shift. So this is my mission. And together we're going to set the ripple effect, the wave and the flow powerfully in motion. So do you find this? Do you find this exciting? Or maybe you find this scary, or maybe you feel fear coming up. You feel yes, but you feel fear at the same time. Or do you have something like, oh yeah, can I do this? I'm not even sure if I'm capable of this. Well, believe me, been there, done that. And I always use the energy of the fear, of the scary part of it. I turn it around, and I use it in my advantage. So then I say, when you feel the fear, when you feel maybe the limiting belief, like, I want it, but it's not for me. Well, then I say, yes, you can achieve and create anything you want. Please believe me, because that's what I'm doing now. I had so much fears. I was so shy. Yeah. Remember, you are not alone. And all you have to do now is really simple. All you have to do now is make one simple choice. And that choice is say yes to yourself. And when you say yes, your path will unfold like magic. So, when you feel that yes, I urge you now to take action and book in the energy of this momentum, that soul connection call. And then we'll look together at what the best next step is for you. The link can be found in show notes at www.lisettelucas.com/B78 or somewhere with this podcast description. Well, I look absolutely forward to connecting, meeting you, or seeing you again. And I can't wait to get started together. Why? Because the world needs you now more than ever before. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks for your time and energy, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to my high-end and frequency business podcast. My name is Lisette Lucas, and if you want to join my energy joy world, please drop me a DM, and really looking forward to connect.